As far as I know, Andrew Colvit here is the executive producer at Turning Point, and he put this post out last night. Let's make our way through it. All right, here we go. I want to address some of the discussion about the lack of an exit wound with Charlie. I'm usually not interested in delving into most of this kind of online chatter, and I apologize, this is somewhat graphic, but in this case, the fact that there wasn't an exit wound is probably another miracle, and I want people to know. I just spoke with the surgeon who worked on Charlie in the hospital. That seems weird because that's a violation of HIPAA, but okay, let's keep moving. He said the bullet absolutely should have gone through, which is very, very normal for a high-powered, high-velocity round, for a 30-06 round. Yes, it is. I've seen wounds from this caliber many times, and they always just go through everything. This would have taken a moose or two down, an elk, etc. Yes, a 30-06 round can penetrate through and through an elk. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But it didn't go through. Charlie's body stopped it. I mentioned to his doctor that there were dozens of staff, students, and special guests standing directly behind Charlie on the other side of the tent, and he replied, it was an absolute miracle that someone else didn't get killed. His bone was so healthy, and the density was so impressive that he's like the man of steel. It should have just gone through and through. It's likely would have killed those standing behind him, too. In the end, the coroner did find the bullet just beneath the skin. Even in death, Charlie managed to save the lives of those around him. Remarkable. Miraculous.
It's crazy to
you
go
guys
back
know how
through this shit.
fucking stupid that whole thing is, right? Here's what's crazy to me. Do these people not realize who's in America, what we did for the last 20 years? Do you know how many tens of thousands of global war on terror veterans there are that know exactly what it looks like when a high-powered rifle round hits a human body, especially in an area like soft tissue in the neck? You know how many people hunt out there and know exactly what a 30-06 round does to an elk skeleton or bone? We're not dumb. This ain't gonna work. This man of steel, his bone density, let's talk about this, okay? He got shot here in the carotid. If that did hit a vertebrae in his neck, let's understand that neck vertebrae is some of the most fragile bone in the human body because it's so flexible to handle what we do with our neck. So what they're telling you is a 30-06 round, which can blow through elk bone, was stopped by Charlie Kirk's neck and a vertebrae. If you believe that, God bless your little heart.
Remember, this man has shot a lot of people, and he's treated a lot of bullet wounds in combat, out of combat, pretty much all of it. You can't get a better expert testimony than Nate.
Round. And it's not just me. I looked at every single one of these posts, and I went to the comment section. What do the regular populace think about this when they heard this? All right, so from the post from the right-winged angel, Turning Point USA spokesman Andrew Colvit said Saturday that Charlie Kirk's surgeon called it an absolute miracle. And the very first comment, bullshit button. That's not how bullets work. Bruh, ain't no way you believe this. I follow this account just to see the lack of critical thinking and laugh. This is a fantasy feel-good.
Remember, Nick, this is the narrative that you're shilling.
Makes no sense. But now here's the problem, because you're actually going to have tons of people out here that are going to leave this type of comment. Wow, amazing how many people follow you who can't believe in a miracle. God was at work through the life of this man, Charlie Kirk. This is so unbelievable for those who can't see God in his creation. This got me thinking. I watched this clip, and you guys might not think there's not that much to it, but I think there is. All right, you might think at first, oh, this isn't that big of a deal. So what we have...
And Nick, because you've reviewed all the evidence so much, I bet you already know who Adam Bartholomew is, and you know his live stream, and you've watched his footage a whole bunch. You're already familiar with that, and if you saw this footage, you'd immediately know it was from Adam Bartholomew because you're so familiar with the evidence.
What I have here is a kid being interviewed when the gunshot rings off and a little bit of an aftermath. I want you to watch it, and there was something I noticed about this.
Because just from that description, before you even see the footage, you already know that it's Adam Bartholomew's footage because that's the only footage that matches that description that Nate just gave.
Okay, why is this important?
Pretty weird.
You hear the gunshot ring off. It's not that loud. The kid being interviewed and the people behind him don't even flinch. They don't move. They don't go, what the was that? play it again. All those people still on the balcony. One kid kind of just like, what was that? Kid being interviewed didn't even sound like he even heard it. You guys realize if a 30-aught, that's basically an amphitheater, right? Dug down into the ground, big buildings everywhere. The acoustics on this would be insane. You guys realize if a 30-06, and we know it wasn't a suppressed 30-06, we've seen the FBI picture of the weapon. If a 30-06 would have gone off within 100 meters or so of these kids, everyone in that amphitheater would have immediately gone, ooh, it would have sounded like a bomb going off. But these kids didn't even flinch, which tells me it was most likely a small caliber round or a suppressed round, be it a pistol round, be it a suppressed 5.56 round. That's what that reaction tells me. That reaction from those kids, none of them barely even flinched when that gunshot went off. So here's where we're at. Is it possible that the autopsy report showed that Charlie was shot in the neck and the bullet potentially didn't make it through? Sure. If it was maybe a pistol round, is it possible that a 30-06 round was stopped by Charlie's neck vertebrae? No, it's not. There's a 0% chance of that happening. That's not possible. It's not a thing. So here lies the problem. Okay, FBI. We now have supposedly the coroner and the surgeon saying that bullet didn't pass through. It lodged just below the skin. Okay, so now we know it wasn't a 30-06. So who's the shooter? FBI?
Yeah. Who's the shooter? And where the fuck is the gun?